Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear and see us? Just doing a quick sound check
Yes.
before we start. I will continue talking until
Yes,
someone...
just so. There is always a little delay on YouTube, so if you're watching the replay, bear with us.
It's just a few seconds, but if we're
It
just
feels-
considering a few seconds, but it feels so much longer.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So it's always a thing.
But it is like at least like 20 seconds. Look at that.
Yeah.
Like how long have we been talking?
Well, we do talk a lot also in a short
period of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is also that.
Here it shows that it's working, but sometimes it doesn't. So, see in here. Thank you so much.
So we may
All right.
start.
Yeah. So before we start talking our lungs out, let's do a quick grounding. If you can put your feet on the floor, or if you're laying down, place the soles of your feet facing down. And let's start settling into our bodies, bringing out our awareness to our breathing, and finding some quietude. Taking a deep breath in and out, and taking this moment to truly feel your body, your essence, the wholeness of what you are. Being aware of your arms and legs, of the rhythm of your breathing. Taking another deep breath in and out, and grounding our energy to this present moment. Let's take 3 very deep breaths, inhaling as far as you can, holding for a few seconds, and then releasing all the way out. So first breath in, hold, and release all the way out. Again, in, hold, release. One last time, breathing in, hold, and release. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. When if you're ready, you can open your eyes. Go back to your normal breathing pace.
Thank you. And welcome. Welcome back. If you are already someone that follows us, welcome. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. We will start a series on YouTube about sacred sexuality, but very specifically this month we want to create a series of videos to help people balance their sexual energy. And we do a lot of that work over on Patreon with classes every month about sacred sexuality, what it means and everything. So if you want more information, that's the place to go. But we felt guided to bring something to YouTube for everyone that you can use as many times as you feel that you need, and that gives you at least some support and some understanding about the importance of balancing your sexual energy in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in your aura, in all of your bodies. So that's what we wanted to talk about today, besides doing a grounding. This grounding you can use before every step of this program, is what I'm going to call. So if you want to do a light grounding before all of those steps, you can repeat this grounding, and then you move ahead to the next video. And we will try to go live often. So make sure that you subscribe and you ring the bell so you are notified when we go live, right? Because I think that's the easiest way. Because we're letting the inspiration flow in a way. We are just connecting with people's higher selves. We have been doing that a lot on Patreon as well. And we are feeling that the collective is also starting to feel more ready to flow and to let things, let inspiration come and use that energy instead of trying to force it in a way. So we're not going to tell you like exactly how many times we're going to do this, but we're going to try to do it often. Right? Yes. What do you want to?
Yeah, that's it. We're flowing with the flow. So we are also bouncing back on you and the feedback that you bring us. So please let us know how you feel along the way. If you have questions, please make sure to put them in chat or in the comment section if you're watching later. And we are exploring more of this sacred sexuality topic together.
Exactly. That's good too. Like your feedback is going to be very important, so then we can tailor this experience to you.
Yes.
But what we wanted to talk about today before we start with the program, and I also want to tell you a little bit about which ideas we have for this program. Will be like meditations, techniques, any tools that you can use in your journey to help balance out your sexual energy. Basically, your masculine and your feminine energy. We can again dive a little deeper into that. Those are not the only energies that are working with you. There's the Shamatrina in the heart. There is what we call the Cerny, this other source of energy that is not just the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But to simplify things, and we don't want to make these videos too long either. We just want to, help you understand when you are unbalanced first. Then we can, and you will also feel if you need a deeper approach, a more personal approach, if you want and you feel aligned with going forward with things, So again, your feedback is going to be very important for that. Okay? Yes. So let's talk a little bit about if your sexual energy is imbalanced or disempowered, rather. And just like a very short sum up of what your sexual energy is, it is your source of creation in this physical realm. It's an energy that is innate to you in your body that helps you create and manifest life in every way, every form. So every single day you are using your sexual energy, either knowingly or unknowingly. So it is an energy that is born with you in a physical body and an energy that is meant to be used in physical realms. So we can even say that this is an earthly energy. So you can even connect with it like that, like this power that again is innate to your physical body that you use. And from that power, everything else is created, is manifested in your life. Anything else you want to add to that?
I think this is something important to take notice, and especially for those that do not know, the sacred sexuality is not necessarily sacred sex.
Yes.
And it's not, this is the base of all things in life. And there is sacred practices around sexual acts that are connected to sacred sexuality, and taking these as a base for manifestation and other things. But sacred sexuality is our true nature. It's like the blueprint of everything that is manifested on earth.
Yeah, like your design, your divine blueprint.
It's your life force.
Yes, like your source manifested, the spirit manifested. If we could convolute it into one thing, it would be your sexual energy. And again, we can go into this for hours and hours and hours with why is it that as a society we've repressed this energy. Makes a lot of sense. Let's all get into that.
That's
again, if it is here. Something you want to discuss, we can have like a Q&A and we can talk more, about these other themes. But let's talk about unblocking, releasing, allowing this energy to flow freely in your life. And for us to know how to do that, we need to first understand when we need it to be done, because maybe you don't even know that you need it, because it's something that's been in your life and been a part of your life for as long as you can remember. So that's what we wanted to bring here to you today. I'm bringing this information from a class that we had on 2 classes actually that we had on Patreon. And if you want to go there and look for it, you can probably research the name of the class, right?
Yes.
And they would find it. And one of them is Discovering the Divine Feminine Within, and the other one is Discovering the Divine Masculine Within.
Yes.
I don't know exactly when. I think
There's
2022.
a search bar.
Yeah.
If you search there.
So if you
can
want
find,
to go through the whole class, we explain what is the divine masculine, what is the divine feminine. We explain how they work in your life, how to know when they are balanced, etc., etc. We just wanted to talk about when these energies are disempowered, when they are not in alignment, when they are not feeling balanced, basically. This is what you're going to feel, not just emotionally, psychologically, but physically in your body, because these things will find a way to tell you, right? That's what we do.
Yeah.
So let's go through the divine masculine first. And some signs, again, these are some signs. If you have questions, we are happy to address them, okay? But some of them are aggressiveness, overprotectiveness, or never feeling like you or your loved ones are safe, so always afraid. Afraid of being vulnerable, that's another thing. Wishing to control situations, yourself and other. Wishing to dominate, this is also like a very dominating energy. Repressed anger or fear, or explosive emotions in those regards. This is also if you have a divine masculine energy that is unbalanced, you perhaps overwork, and it's really hard to find boundaries in your work environment as well. Another thing is being very skeptical or suspecting of people, never being able to trust other people because it's hard to trust yourself. This can be shown in relationships, with other people, or just with yourself. Self-loathing or low self-esteem. This is also like a big one. Being too competitive or even abusive. Being too withdrawn or avoidant. Yeah, that's the word. Of anything, again, just like an aspect of yourself, right? Or being too judgmental of yourself, or of others. Blaming circumstances, people, relationships, or any external force for how you feel, how you act, how you are, and etc. So wanting to find an external thing to blame for.
Victim mentality.
That too, but it goes even deeper, I think, than that. It's just like, and feeling very validated when you do feel that you found something to blame. It's like, oh, it is like before because of this and that. That's a very disempowering train of thought.
Yeah.
Lack of joy or excitement to live, lack of motivation to do things, lack of energy to do things, but especially a lack of joy. It's like everything you do, it feels like it's not fully there, it's like you're not
pleasurable.
Yes, not vibrant in any way. Having racing thoughts, repetitive thoughts, looping thoughts, chaotic thoughts, problematic, like you're problematizing things all the time, or that you get super stuck in your head and it's really hard to follow your heart. And sometimes even like when people tell us like, oh, you have all the answers and the answer in your heart, and like, I don't even know what that means. It's like, I don't even know how to connect with that, because you're always trying to find solution to things and take steps based only on your mental abilities, to analyze things and criticize things. And it's really hard to tap into the heart to discover, what's your intuition telling you. sabotaging yourself or sabotaging others, feeling emotionally, mentally, or physically unstable in any way can be a sign of a divine masculine. Remember that the divine masculine is a representation of the physical. It's the manifestation in the physical realm. It is like it's spirit into form. So all of those things like related to being human, they will impact a lot. So having a blocked or unloved or unbalanced divine masculine is going to complicate everything that is related to your physical life. And that can mean literally anything, like your finances. For example, it's really hard to feel stable financially if your divine masculine is not feeling grounded himself. And everybody has both divine feminine and divine masculine within them. Now we want to give you some pains and traumas in areas of your body that could also indicate a disempowered divine masculine. Lower back and spine pain, knee pains, ankles, liver, stomach, all of those, like if you have any issues with those areas. Throat, especially the throat is a very big one, which means weak immune system as well. Neck and shoulders, so if you're feeling like you carry all of the burden of the world in your shoulders, like everything is always falling onto you, like you do not have anyone to help you with life, that could be a divine masculine being unbalanced. The back of your head and other things. Also, some symptoms that you can feel that are related to it are excessive bloating, fatigue, stress and anxiety, skin dryness or skin diseases, hair loss, change in appetite or new foods sensitivity, like you were not allergic to this thing and now you are. You know, like, oh, I did not have a lactose intolerance, but now I do. That kind of thing. A weak immune system, weak voice or the loss of your voice, weight issues in any way, memory loss also, mental fog, everything related to the mind is going to be that. So if you're experiencing anything related to your mental realm being, what is the word, like misarranged in a way, that can be a sign of an imbalanced divine masculine. Muscle ache, especially again if you didn't do anything for that, like out of nowhere you just wake up with muscle ache. And specifically testosterone imbalance. If you have any hormonal imbalance, and especially again the sexual hormones, but any hormonal imbalance, it is directly connected to sexual energy barriers or boundaries that are not working, you know, like what I'm saying, wrong thing. Yes, being imbalanced. But remember that we are not physicians, so this is all like intuitive guidance that we're giving you.
Yeah. And things work, you know, spirituality and science work together. They are not against each other.
Yes, exactly. Now some signs of a divine feminine that is unbalanced. Manipulative, resentful people will have the divine feminine unbalanced. If you are self-punishing, especially related to things that give you pleasure, that's a big sign. So if you love to eat something, but every time you do, it's like it gives you a lot of pleasure to eat that thing, every time you do, you punish yourself in one way or another, or you think bad about yourself, etc., etc. A big red flag for the divine feminine. Feeling insecure in any way, codependency, like you can never really do anything alone, or it's really hard to take any steps alone. Another big one that I don't see a lot of people talking about is being governed by your genetic karmas and ancestral traumas. It's like you cannot detach yourself from what your lineage has been going through. It's really hard to break some patterns. It's really hard to heal any or all of those things. That's a sign that the divine feminine is not feeling empowered. You cannot accept or love yourself. Again, or you cannot accept like the shadow, quote unquote, shadow aspects of yourself. So you're always like punishing yourself for those things as well. It's a really hard time to allow intimacy with other people, emotional, physical, psychological intimacy. Feeling stuck or stagnant in your life, again, it's like all of your manifestations, nothing's really working. What am I doing wrong? It could be the divine feminine that is not feeling supported, so she can create. The divine feminine is the source of creation, that is like the womb of life is the divine feminine. So everything grows from her. And with the divine masculine, things are brought into the physical realm. But before things are physical, they are a thought, they are an emotion, they are a wish and a desire. And that's what the divine feminine represents. So whenever it is that you're feeling stuck and stagnant in your life, it's a sign that the divine feminine is calling for help. Feeling powerless, feeling unworthy, feeling that it's really hard to set or maintain boundaries, also big ones. Feeling shame and guilt, especially if it has to do with your body, so being ashamed of your body, feeling guilty for being sick, for example, feeling guilty for changes in your body in every way. Low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-love. Feeling disconnected or overly attached to your emotions. You know, so it may be that you are being drowned by your emotions, or that it's really hard to connect with them at all. Being a people pleaser, needing external validation all the time, and not to say that sometimes it's not okay and even good to get some feedback and some external validation, but let's say that it's crippling, you know. Sacrificing yourself, this is also a very big one, especially for people that have a big like divine mother essence in them. Sometimes even hard not to sacrifice yourself, your well-being, your mental health, your physical health for other people, other causes, other things. And that's not healthy. Being pessimistic about everything all the time, being desperate for love, desperate for a partner, desperate for connection in any way. That is also a sign that the divine feminine is screaming for help. And seeking accomplishment in your spiritual growth by all costs. Like, it doesn't matter if I need to starve myself, if I need to, whatever it is that I need to do so I can grow spiritually, that is also a sign that it's imbalanced. Now, some pains and traumas that you can be feeling or have felt in your body that will have a direct correlance with the divine feminine. The left side of the body, so if you fall and you hurt, and the divine masculine, by the way, is the right side, but if you fall and if you hurt, if you're feeling too warm or too cold, if you're feeling like any weird symptoms in the left side of your body, that's the divine feminine. Chest and breast area, pelvic area, all of those, if you're feeling pain, if you have issues there. Hands, hips, ribs, lungs, heart, all of those. So again, like it can be a huge myriad of problems that people can have in these areas, right? The forehead, which again is like very specific, the middle of the back and the middle of your chest. So basically like where your heart is, if it hurts in the middle of your back, like exactly where your heart chakra is, that is also a sign. Your tongue, especially like the tip of your tongue, if you get anything, show us. If you hurt yourself, or if you're always like getting, I forgot, like sore, some things that you call, that can also be a sign. What is the other thing? Your mouth and your teeth. So again, if your teeth feel like you're always getting cavities, or if there are any teeth or mouth problems, it has to do with the divine feminine. Depression is also a big one. Intestines. So if you feel bloated, IBS, if you everything you eat, you poop your ass out, all of those crazy things. Feeling too hot or feeling too cold without it being like an environmental thing. You know, it's like out of nowhere, I'm super hot or I'm super cold. It can have to do with that. Other symptoms are feeling ungrounded and disconnected, feeling like you're never present in your physical body. Specifically progesterone and estrogen imbalance, but as we said, any hormonal imbalance. overeating. Anemia seems to be a big one as well, or any other blood issues. Bowel diseases, asthma, or difficulty breathing in general, diabetes, heart diseases, and low libido. The libido thing is also a big indicator. If you feel overly aroused all the time in a way that is not healthy for you, or if you do not feel like that energy is bent, that is also a clear sign that your sexual energy is imbalanced. So that's, if anyone has anything, like anyone, any little bells ringing for you with any of this, we will try to help you. And that's what this program is, to bring the divine masculine and the divine feminine into their power is what we mean to do, so they can feel fully strong and powerful in themselves. And as I said, it is an energy that is within everyone. It doesn't matter how you identify, what's your sexuality, none of that. Like, every living creature has these energies in their bodies. And I do believe that it is within our journey as humans to learn how to balance them, and it guarantees changes your life in the best way possible when you start having a healthy relationship with your divine masculine and your divine feminine in your body. Yeah. Anything else?
This can seem like a lot because it's a lot of symptoms and a lot of characteristics that an imbalanced divine masculine or divine feminine can have. We call them Luz and Vlos.
Yes.
But we will ease you into the terminology as we go. And even though it can be a little scary if you're like, oh my God, I have so many of those.
Calm down. Yeah.
Take a deep breath. We are with you for the ride. And if you have just a few, when you're working through that and working with those energies and trying to balance it, some of those symptoms may go away just, as you do it. Sometimes it is necessary to find a physician and to
or do a deeper dive.
Do those things together. One assists the other. And if you do not work, maybe you start to have those symptoms, or you're feeling the lack of creativity, and maybe that's not anything physical in your body yet. When you do not work with your sexual energy, it can crystallize in the body. So that's why it's so important to try to balance it out as much as we can, because then we can have a fuller and more wholesome experience of being alive.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So this is what we have for today. And again, like she said, it can be very overwhelming. It was a lot of information. That's why we also wanted to start with giving you a grounding, So again, do that as often as you feel aligned to do. And tomorrow we will bring the first meditation, the first guided tool that you can use. And again, even if it is feeling a little overwhelming right now, we will ease into it and things will start falling into place. And we will share more information and more things. So again, we are excited to hear from you what you think about this new project, this new idea, and if it's serving you and how.
Yeah. What are things that you're looking forward to?
Yes, exactly. It's like, I would love for you to do and this and that, or teach us about this and this and that. So we are excited to hear from you. And again, remember that we really want to keep those live events really short. So make sure that you do the notification thing so you can receive it whenever it is that we do go live. And I do know that YouTube is being weird with that sometimes. Like I follow some people and 7 hours later, I get a notification that they are live. So we also will post on our socials. Yes. So we'll try to post at least on our stories on Instagram. So you can find us at Lightworker613.
The Facebook group, the Discord page,
the Patreon. We're going to post there before we go live, so you can also be notified like that. And I forgot what I was gonna say.
And we are just finishing the live, so for those that just joined, you can,
Yes.
you know, in a few minutes, just go back there and
Yes.
watch from the beginning.
Exactly. Thank you so much
Yes.
for being here. I see in chat Tommy, Jimena,
Yeah.
April, Maria, Jeff.
Hello.
Yay! Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.